Now we'll move on to seeing how we can take the survey questions that the students have created and turn them into a Google form. Now remember that the research question was, which tools do students prefer for communicating for personal or school purposes? And then below that we have survey questions, and what they decided to do was provide a list of different tools and then ask the survey takers to please identify the top three and then see how these compare. And so this one has to do with the personal purposes, and this one has to do with school purposes, which could also be professional purposes. And if they were in a profession, it may be that they'd use the same ones or maybe different ones. So this is the way in which we're going to approach it. Now I've already created the questionnaire or the form. So what I'd like to do is I'm just going to jump over to this document, and inside this document you can see that this is in Google Drive. I've created a folder called Communication Tools folder, and inside that I have each of the different documents that I need to use. Now this is the Google form, and if I want to create a form, I go to Create, and then down here is where it has Form. And what Form will do is it'll open up a page where I can create this Google form, and that would give me this document. And then I can also set it up so that what it will do is it'll have a different form or a different folder that has a spreadsheet that has the results. And I'll show this to you. I'll show you the spreadsheet right now. Has all the different results. We'll get back to that in just a moment. So let's open up the form and see what it looks like. We open this up, and yours may look a little different than mine because I'm at the University of Northern Iowa and we have Google Apps and those sorts of things. But across here, it's your typical menu across the top. This is where I can go if I want to view the responses. If I want to view the live form, I can do all of that. What I've done here is this is the title that they'll see. What communication tools do you prefer? And then down here I put an explanation. Which communication tools do you prefer for personal or school communication? This short 2-question survey asks you to identify your top 3 preferred communication tools for personal uses and your top 3 tools for school purposes. So in other words, you're going to do 3 of each. And so this is what these students put together. Then what they did is they created the first question. Now I can click here, and then I'll give you the same idea, and that is that they typed in the question here, and then down here I put a little extra piece here. They put a little extra piece here where it said only select 3, because we wanted to make sure it's the top 3. Selecting more or less than 3 will disqualify your answers. And then instead of using a drop-down menu, these are all the different things we can do. We can use text if you want to simply have a short answer of maybe 120 characters or less. Paragraph text, which would be extensive writing. Multiple choice, self-explanatory. Checkboxes, meaning you can have more than one selection. Choose from a list, where it isn't necessarily a multiple choice, but it's simply a drop-down menu. A scale, 1 to 10, 1 to 5. Grid, if you want to see multiple options selected. Date and time. So these are all the things that you can put in there. Down here, when we scroll down here and take a look, in each case we simply typed in what it was. Actually, that was WRITTEN. There we go. And then hit return, and it took you down to the next one to add that. So I have email, texting, Twitter, Facebook, Google+, phone, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Snapchat, Skype, and Google Hangout. And you can even add an other, when you click add other, you could actually have them put in whatever they wanted, but they preferred not to do that. So that's how you set up one. You can also set it up so it's a required question. It has to be answered, or it won't go any further. So we'll hit done there. And you'll notice that what they did is the same thing down here. Now down here at the bottom where it says confirmation page, there are a couple of things that are a little different than what you'll usually see in a Google form. Because it says thank you for sharing. You can actually identify the text that would show up. Thank you for sharing your preferences. This information will be most useful. Also at the bottom here it says publish and show a link to the results of this form to all respondents. That means that at the end, after if they click on the right button, that they can simply go through and identify and click on it and it'll show them the results. So let's go down, click send form. This can be a little confusing. If you want to have the link to that form, this is where you'll go. If you want to email it to people, you can do that. You can go over here for the embed code, and we'll hit done. Actually, let's copy that page or that address. We'll hit done, and then we'll go over and we'll open up a new window. We'll type that address in, and that will take you to this form. And this is where they will go through. And let's say that we're going to answer this. If I'm going to be communicating with my friends, I want to use Facebook, I want to use texting, and I want to use Snapchat. And if I want to do things for school, we'll use email, we'll use Twitter, and we'll use the phone. Okay, so we can submit this, and you'll notice that what it says is it has that alternative text that's right here. And then if I want to see the responses, which we do want to share them, these are the responses that they received. You'll notice that there's lots of people who like to text at the personal level, and not too many with email. Well, it's about 6, and that number's right here. Half of those are that. And then over here we take a look at what they want to do at the school level. At the school level there's 14 who want to deal with email and only 10 that want to do texting. So it shows that there's a different perspective on using different tools in different situations. Well, that's what we have for today, and I hope that it's been useful in showing you how you can put together the forms, or how your students can put together their forms to find the information that they need for their survey.